What's up, ninjas? Welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. If you saw my community post last week, you'll know that I injured my knee. I damaged my MCL and possibly my meniscus in kickboxing. So even though my movement is a lot better than it was in that first week, the injury is still relatively fresh, only about 2 weeks old, so my movement is very limited. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back to doing my normal stuff, or even how often I'm going to be able to put out videos, because it is what it is. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around, maybe doing my old videos. I really appreciate it. So today's yoga flow is going to be almost entirely on our bums and our backs. We're not going to be putting any weight on the knees today. So if you also have a knee injury, this is going to be a good one for you. If you want to use some props, maybe a rolled up blanket or some blocks, or a bolster, go ahead and use those. I'm going to be using props. I'm actually going to be sticking a block underneath my hurt knee for now, because I can't straighten it all the way. If you don't have any injury, this is still going to be a good one for you to do. We're going to be really focusing on strengthening the back muscles, the ab muscles, and opening up the shoulders. All right, so you can come into a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. Maybe you want to cross your legs, maybe you want to sit on your knees, maybe you're like me and sitting in a modified staff pose. So pull that spine nice and long, and if you like, you can place one hand on the chest and one hand on the belly and close your eyes. And we're just going to begin by following the breath, just noticing it, not changing anything, just feeling the process happen, following the air in through the nose, and the flow of it exhaling through your mouth. And maybe you want to set an intention for this practice, maybe for the rest of your day. For me, I've been really focused on self-care, making sure that I am taking the time that I need to heal, and giving the parts of me that need a little extra care that attention. And we'll seal that intention with 3 deep breaths. So bring your hands down beside your hips. Inhale, bring the arms to the sky. Exhale, nice deep breath out. Inhale, extend those arms, stretch. Exhale, bring your hands back down. Last time, inhale, deepest breath you've taken all day. And exhale, hands down beside your hips. Pull that spine nice and long. You have a string at the top of your head and someone's pulling it nice and straight. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Hinge forward at the hips, folding over those legs. Keeping a bend if you need it. Using a block like me if you have any knee issues, or maybe you want to roll up a blanket and put them under your knees. Don't force your movement here. If you aren't super flexible, just grab onto your shins. Keep a bend in the knees. And then eventually, over time, you'll be able to increase that flexibility. Release that pose, rolling up nice and tall. I'm just going to set this block aside for 1 second. Keeping that left leg straight, bending the right, picking it up, putting it over top of the left knee. And then you're going to hug that right knee into the left elbow, pull the spine nice and tall. Take a deep breath at center and exhale, gaze over that right shoulder, placing that right hand on the mat behind you for a half Lord of the Fishes pose. Release, coming back to center, deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna twist over to the left side, left fingertips at the mat beside you, exhaling over that left shoulder. Release the pose, come back to center, unwind that leg. I'm just gonna put the block back under my knee. Bend the right leg, bend the left leg, and I'm just gonna keep it where it is, but you can pick that foot up and put it over top of that right knee. Deep breath at center, hug that left knee. And as you exhale, gaze over that left shoulder. And release the twist, deep breath at center, and exhale, take your gaze over the right shoulder. Release that pose, unwind your legs, coming back into that staff pose. Flex the feet, pull the spine nice and tall. We're gonna warm up the core a little bit. I'm just moving the block out of the way. You can bend the knees a little bit, extend the arms out in front of you, and just lean back until you feel your core engage. We're just sticking with this really simple boat pose to start with, and then later in the flow, we'll make it a little more challenging. Make sure you're not holding your breath, but you are trying to pull that belly button into the spine, really squeezing the core. If you like as well, you can just hold on behind the thighs instead of extending your arms out. It's up to you. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the pose, sit back up. Bring those heels about as wide as your mat and your fingertips behind you with your fingers facing the same direction as your toes, and lift the chest and face to the sky. Pull the shoulder blades together, almost like you're trying to crack a chestnut in between your shoulder blades. And release that pose. We're gonna move back into that staff pose. If you need that block under your knee or the blanket, go ahead and put it back. Inhale the hands to the sky. And from here, we're gonna lock our thumbs together. So you're making this little W pose with your hands. You're gonna pull your hands apart and lift the spine nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, you're just gonna tip over to the right, pulling on that left thumb, getting a nice deep stretch in the left side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lean to the left, pulling on that right thumb. Nice stretch on the right side. Really try to keep your arms nice and long, your spine nice and tall. Come back to center. Release that grip, pull your hands behind you, interlock the fingers, open up the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. A couple breaths here. And release the pose, extending the arms out, sweeping them to grab onto the shins or the feet, meeting in a forward fold. Now we're gonna do that a couple more times. So pause for one breath here. Inhale, lift up, sweep the hands behind you, interlock the fingers, open the chest. Pause for a couple breaths. And release the fingers, sweep those arms out nice and wide, reach, hinging at the hips, grabbing onto feet or shins. Forward fold. Seated forward fold. Release that fold one more time, opening up the arms, interlocking your fingers, pull the chest open. And release. Sweeping arms nice and wide, folding forward over those knees. And release that forward fold. Set that block or blanket aside. Bend the knees. We're gonna go back into that boat pose. Extend the arms out in front of you. Lean back until you feel your core engage. And option to keep your heels on the mat right here or lift those legs up parallel. Again, option to hold on to the backs of your knees for more support. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently release, bringing those feet back down to the mat. Pull the spine nice and tall. You can grab onto your block, place it under your knee or your blanket under both knees. Extend the legs out, flex the toes, and we are going to open up the shoulders a little bit more. Extend those arms out to a T, and then sweep them together with the right arm coming over top of the left arm. Wrap the arms around, going palm to palm or just holding onto the pad of your thumb if you like. Inhale, lift the elbows nice and high, pull the spine straight. Exhale, lower the elbows. Inhale, elbows high. Exhale, lower them. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Unwind the arms. Bring them together at the top. Interlock your thumbs for that W pose with the hands. Pull your thumbs away from each other. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend left. Inhale, center, bring your arms back to a T, sweep the left hand over top of the right, wrap your arms around each other, palm to palm or to the thumb pad. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep that spine nice and tall. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Unwind the arms. Inhale, bring them together at the top. Interlock your thumbs. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend left. Inhale, center. Release your hands. Bring them down to your hips. Bring your hands behind you. Lean back. Bring your heels. Bend the knees, bring your heels up about as wide as the mat, and then lift the chest. I haven't really moved for the last couple of weeks, so this feels really nice. And release this pose. If you have a blanket or a block underneath your knees, we're just gonna move that aside for now. And then really gently and slowly lower onto our back. Oh, no, you know what? I forgot. We're gonna do one more boat pose. So I'm not gonna be able to do this advanced version, but I'll talk you guys through it. So extend the arms out in front of you. Lean back till you feel the core engaged. Option to keep your heels on the mat. Option to bring them parallel. Option to hold on to the back of your thigh. And if you want the more advanced pose, you're going to straighten your legs as much as you can. I obviously am not capable of that today, but I urge you to challenge yourself. It's kind of crazy how you don't realize how much you miss things until you can't do them. Knee injury really, really sucks. Can't even go for a walk. Can't go for a little walk for my mentee bee, as the kids are saying. Please don't unsubscribe for that. I need you guys. Ooh, I'm shaking. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release your heels back down to the mat. Beautiful work. Now we are going to lower down onto our backs. Whew, my core is burning. It's crazy. Crazy how quick your cardio goes and all your strength when you don't move for a couple weeks. From here, we're going to go into a half happy baby. Half happy baby. Dare you to say that 3 times fast. Half happy baby, half happy baby, half happy baby. So you're going to have your heels pulled up to your bums with a bend in your knee. If you like, you can straighten your left leg. But you're going to pick up that right knee to the chest and then reach, grabbing onto the outside of that foot, or maybe you want to grab onto the big toe with those 2 fingers, or maybe you just want to hold onto your shin. Any of those variations is fine. And then lean back, bringing your head to the mat and pull that right knee into the right armpit. And then with your left leg, you can either straighten it if you want a hip flexor stretch. If you want a growing stretch, you can bend the knee and let that knee fall open, almost in like a half butterfly. Actually, I might. No, you know what? I'm going to do that hip flexor stretch. And another option here with the other hand, just bring it into a cactus pose to open up that left shoulder. Oh, this leg is shaking. Beautiful. Gently release that foot. Then we're just going to twist over to the left here, bringing the right foot to the mat. I'm actually going to take a block and just offer myself some extra support. Bring your arms out to a T. Take your gaze over the right shoulder for a supine twist. If this is too intense for you, feel free to stack your knees together. But if you want more stretch in that IT band, straighten that top leg. Release the twist, coming back to center onto your bum. Nice and slow, gentle movements. There's no rush. All right, taking that half happy baby to the left side, bending both of the knees to offer yourself a little extra support, picking up the left foot towards your chest, grabbing onto the outside of the foot, the big toes, the shin, and pulling that left knee into the armpit. And actually, part of my physio is to try to straighten this leg, so I'm just going to put a block under this leg, maybe on the high side. Oh, there we go. And then again, option with the right side to bring that arm into cactus pose to stretch that shoulder. One more deep breath in this pose. And gently release that foot, twisting over really gently to the right side here. Gonna have to make an adjustment. Twisting over to the right, arms out to a T, gaze over the left shoulder. Supine twist. Again, remember your options, stack your knees if you need, or straighten that top leg for a more intense IT band stretch. The most important thing when you are doing these twists is trying to keep your shoulder, your clavicles facing the sky. If you feel like you're bending a lot on one side, you might need some support underneath that leg or under the bent knee. Release the twist, coming back to center. Set that block aside. Bring the knees to the chest. Give yourself one more big hug. And then fully extend your arms and your legs, getting one more big stretch. And we'll bring our hands down beside our hips and do a quick Shavasana just to prepare ourselves for the day and give ourselves a little gratitude for bringing ourselves to the mat today. That's the hardest part, and you showed up. So, nice job. If you find your mind wandering, just bring it back to your breath, just feeling that process happen. And think about using those exhales to release any remaining tension in your body. Bring your awareness to your forehead. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Unclench your jaw. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears and let your glutes and quads and calves be heavy. Feel your heels press into the mat. Just take a couple minutes of quiet for you. You can turn this video off if you need a longer Shavasana. But if you are ready to move on with your day, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes and slowly blink your eyes open. And in whatever way you need, just come into a comfortable seat. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me and being patient with me as I heal. If you want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I'm at DojoCat713. If you want to join my Patreon, I have a couple of hour-long videos there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for this month yet, but I'll figure it out. And I don't know if I'm going to post something next week. But thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Go drink some water, take care of yourselves. And also, if you have an injury, go see a physiotherapist. They're amazing people. Okay. All right. I will see you guys next time. Oh my God, I almost forgot. I haven't filmed in so long that I almost forgot. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you in my little dojo. And I will see you guys next time. Os.